Hi everyone, this is Professor McGee. So I am here with a week 3 intro. I want to go over a couple of things about typology and alignment on your business cards. So I wanted to share this example. This was from Summer in her assignment from week 1, and she revisited it for week 2. This is not the exact example that she used, but it was a lean cuisine box with the same kind of type up here. And one of the things that I pointed out to her is so when you look at the lean compared to the cuisine, the lean is literally leaner, right? And the cuisine is thicker, so this is how they're visually communicating to us that, it's going to be hearty, filling food, but still, good for, not gaining weight. And then I also I don't think this was on Summer's example, but I also like the comfort here because this is like, in a script font, and it really does kind of convey like comfort, right? And clearly they're really using a much different, type from here to here. So they really wanted this to pop out and really be the thing that you see after lean cuisine and then comfort. So, and then notice this alignment here, and then this alignment over here. It's very nice. So that was a great example. Thank you, Summer. By the way, I am on Padlet. This is like an online bulletin board where I can just kind of put stuff up there, and you can go on and look at it. And so that's what I'm doing. And then it was Emma, I believe, who did the Netflix site. And, it's so funny because, for as much as I teach this and talk about this, I really hadn't noticed, because Netflix is just something, I'm practically on it every day. And I really hadn't really noticed how much they really are doing how much they're doing with type to differentiate the different titles. I think my favorite and Emma's favorite was quicksand, because here it is falling off at the end. So it's like a visual, it's almost like a visual pun, but it's not meant to be obviously humorous. It's meant to really send a message and to reflect something about, the title and the show. Whereas if we see over here, Mind Hunter, and then if we notice how the outer layers are thinner, and then these inner letters are very thick. And so to me, this is how they're trying to evoke this sort of like this inside look, when you look inside something and not just, on the outside. You've got to get in there into the mind. So that's reflecting that. And then the Highwaymen, it's very, this is a thick slab. This would be what, and they're actually these are all what we would call display fonts. These are not fonts that you would use for regular text. Now they're all in caps except for this one, okay, and there's really no rule about this. Using caps or not using caps, or just choosing to use completely lowercase. But the one rule that does stand is that you don't want to use this kind of display type for main headline. It's certainly great for main headlines, it's great for logos, but not just for when you have a lot more text going on. And then here, the perfect date, they've added some color. It's like this green matches kind of what's going on there. It kind of just makes this, obviously in the background here, this obviously is just making this a little bit more lighthearted, a little bit more fun, whereas the Highwayman, really, this is just sort of thick and serious and no color, no hearts in the background. So I think that this is a great example of how you can use text and by using the art of typology to make it really a really strong visual element that really does reflect the brand. Okay, so that was that one. Let me show you another one. Here we go. Okay, now I want to show you this business card. This is one of my favorite business cards for alignment. I love the bold alignment moves here. What was interesting is the student in her first, I think in her, one of her versions, she had like a line going down, and it looked good, but I feel like this just looks so just sort of sleek and modern, and you can just really see what a wonderful job she did with this alignment on the left and the right. So I think that was really well done. I think her name could have maybe been a little bit bigger, but I really like she did very subtle with the color. You know, you don't have to be so subtle. You can go a lot bolder. Julie, this student, really went bold with her, you know, a very sharp contrast with her gold and black. And I think that that's why her center alignment does succeed. So I know some of you are frustrated because you can't use center alignment, but you can ultimately, but you have to come to it as the best decision for the, you know, for the card. Oh, this was the back of the card, Brianna's card that we just looked at. And so she had a line that was like this on the front. And it did work really nicely for repetition, but she decided to take it out. But it still is repetition because this matches what is going on in the front. I'll show you another one. Now here, and look, sometimes I don't always agree with the final decision that a student makes. So in this example, I love that Victoria colored this in here. I thought it was really just such a great little splash of color, really nice. I would have liked to have seen this all come over to a line to make a crisp and visible line there, but she really did want it to go this way, and I think that it still looks really good. I think it would just look a little sleeker and a little, you know, but she wanted to be a little bit, I guess, a little bit off of center with that, and I think it's fine. We can disagree because, you know, she was able to say, you know, why she really liked it, and that was good. This is the back of her card. So again, so we see here the yellow. So this is the kind of thing you want to keep in mind this week as you work with color. Is a great way to introduce repetition, to tie together the front and the back. So she's got the yellow here. I love what she did with her 3 words. And I like that she decided to keep them lowercase. It just really felt natural to her to be a little more informal. I really like that she didn't just plop it, you know, just in the center of the card. I think being a little off of the center, you know, really does make a big visual difference. So this is not in the center, you know, in terms of the whole card or in terms of this way, either vertical or horizontal. So I thought she did a really nice job on that. Let me show you one more. Okay, so here's a really fun card that has that's doing a lot with shape, sort of something similar to what that card is doing with the alignment, you know, meeting here. Really like how she played with the title and kind of tucked it in. I thought that was really just added like a visual dimension. That's kind of cool. And then she did the shapes on the front. She's, you know, an engineer, and this felt like, you know, really appropriate for her. And then she did this on the back. So she's got the repetition with the shapes and color. I think this is really, really nicely done. And I love this type style. And again, the way she tucked her title in there, I thought was really successful. Okay, let me look at, let me find one more for you here. I thought she did a great job with color on here. She's got a nice alignment, a nice invisible line coming this way. Very simple, but that's what she wanted. And then on the back, she got a little, you know, she used it a little bit of a more scripted font to kind of, you know, be like, okay, in the front I'm serious, on the back, you know, I am still approachable and I can be informal. And I think that this is a really super nice contrast. And I love just what she did, reversing out the colors front and back. I also want to point out she used the icons. I do discuss icons this week and how you can use them. Sometimes if you're using Canva, it is going to be a little tricky to get sometimes that alignment. Do the best that you can and just let me know, you know, that you're working on trying to get it all to line up nicely. Definitely, if you're using the LinkedIn, I think it's great to use the LinkedIn logo. Logos are like this are free to use, fair use. You can find little the other little icons in lots of different places, including on Canva. Okay, so I hope that this inspires you a little bit with your ongoing project of your business card. So working with color is really fun. And, you know, first try a splash and then do whatever you want, like go full color, go big, go subtle. Everybody's obviously is going to make different choices. And the point is, though, to sort of come to the choice that you make and be able to explain it. Like, this is what you did and why you like it. Okay, so reach out with questions, and I'm excited to see your new designs this week.